never get free. Lamb to the slaughter, what you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? Look me in my eyes, tell me everything's not fine, or that people ain't happy.
Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is a what if Deku and Toga are twins. Part 3, I think. Give me a second here, let me double check. Yes, it's part 3. Before we begin, want to wish everyone, happy holidays for Thanksgiving is going to be tomorrow. So, stay safe and, do the whole Thanksgiving eating thing. Because, it's going to be interesting because considering where I'm at right now, there's like a, I think there's like a 5 or 10 person limit for Thanksgiving apparently. Because, because of the, that virus is going around. So, hope you guys stay safe and all that stuff. So, let's get to our story. Now, Izuku is still 6 years old, so there hasn't been another time skip, but there will be. As we cut to Izuku, as he's walking into a bank, as he's holding a piggy bank in his arms, as he stands in line, as he finally gets to the cashier or the bank teller, as she's like, "How can I help you, young man?" As Izuku smiles, she's like, "Hello, miss. I'm here to deposit some money, to make a count and deposit some money." As he's like, "Aren't you a little young to be doing this? Where's your mother?" "Mother's out in a car. She wants me to learn responsibility. So what the money I've earned, she wants me to put it into account." As Izuku smiles, and she's like, "Of course, dear." And she's like, "You're very polite for a young man. Mother always says manners is important." As she's trying to get everything settled, as she's like, "What is your name, young man?" As the bank doors bust open, as there's several people with masks on, as one of them blasts fire in the air, as several people come in, as they're like, "All right, sheep, this is a robbery." As one of them grabs Izuku, pulls the gun to his head. "You try anything funny, the kid dies. If I get a hint of you press that silent alarm, there's going to be a hole in this kid's head." As the lead teller, "All right, we won't press any buttons." As one of them goes in and rips the silent alarm out. "All right, everyone on the floor, now." Now, Izuku looks like this, but younger, 6 still. So, I couldn't really find a good younger picture for him. But this is what he'll look like when he gets older. As Izuku's being held hostage, everyone sees he's afraid. Let's continue. As we cut to a few hours before the bank incident, we have Kennedy and the rest of her gang. As she's like, "Izuku, come here." As Izuku's like, "Yeah, what do you need?" As he has, eating candy. And she's like, "I have a little job for you." As Izuku's like, What type of job?" As he's like, "We're going to be doing a little heist. Old-fashioned style." As she has a sword leaning against her shoulder. As Izuku, "Isn't that a little much? A lot of heat?" As, not Izuku, but as one of her gang members, normally it would, but with our little helper here, it'd be a simple case. As she floats a blueprint of the bank. Now, this bank is directly below a sewer line in the vault itself. I already have a transport vehicle waiting in the sewer. The sewer is big enough for a vehicle So that's how that's going to work. It's a big truck. And that's where you come in, Izuku. I want you to break in to the vault door and cut a hole in the bottom of the vault door. Sorry, break in the vault door, then crave a big enough hole in the vault for us to transport the goods. Can you handle that, little guy? And she ruffles his hair. She's like, fine. What's my part in this besides that? Are you good at acting? And he's like, yeah. I want you to act like we're gonna hold you hostage. Seriously? No lip. I'm the boss. As she flicks his forehead. As we cut back to the current time. As Izuku gets dragged in the back where the vault is, and several of the members of the gang are keeping things quiet out front with the people inside the bank. As they didn't take the bank teller because they don't need it. Alright, Izuku. Sorry about the gun, kid. I hope my acting was appropriate. She's like, yeah, you got quite the chops on you, kid. Alright, get this open. As Izuku hits the vault door with several wires, as it's churning green, as it's cutting through the vault door into little pieces, as the vault door, it's cutting little pieces as if all they see is gold and money. Alright, kid, do your thing. As Izuku creates a hole, and as they're gathering the gold and money, as they're tossing it down into the sewer, as they're basically bagging it all, as they lowered it down to the people that's hauling the truck. As a couple, they did it pretty fast. Let's say it took them about 15 minutes to do it all. 15-20 minutes. As the people in the front of the bank that's holding everyone hostage, as he's like, alright, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like our job is done. Thank you for your assistance. As they run out the door, get in the car, as they bolt off, as Izuku jumps down to the hole, as Kennedy catches him. You did good, little Izuku. Come on, let's go. Let's head back to the base. We gotta launder this money and melt down these gold into something we're able to sell. As everyone gets back, as they're celebrating, and it's like, boss, I can't believe we actually pulled this off. Scot-free. About time the heroes arrived and the police, it was already too late. We were long gone. And she's like, yeah, job well done, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, Izuku. I think you deserve a treat. As Izuku looks up, what do you mean? Have you ever had a sundae? As Izuku never had ice cream before. He's like, no, what is that? Oh, you're gonna love it. Get to the kitchen. As Izuku sits down, as she flops a sundae in front of him as he eats it. He's quite enjoying it. Now, the surveillance caught Izuku's face, but they think he's a victim in this. So they thought this bank robbery group kidnapped the boy. So as they placed what you call it, photos everywhere. Inko's still in prison at this point, and Toga's living with her current family. So we're going to do a little time skip. As we time skip until, let's say, Izuku's 10. As Kennedy comes through the door, everyone looks at her. All right, Alright, man. I come across some interesting info that I can't pass up. As she gets everyone suited into the briefing room. Where's Izuku? He's reading. Get him over here. Yes, Kennedy. As you have Izuku, 10 years old. As several of the women in the gang like to brush his hair, because it's getting pretty long. As Izuku's reading a book while they're doing it, because he's stopped caring after a while, because they just kept doing it over the years, so he got used to it. Izuku, as he looks away from the book, yeah, well, what is it? The boss wants you. Apparently, it seems like she has a job, judging by her excitement. As Izuku closes his book, alright. As he gets up, as the women like pout as they go off do their other stuff. As several women's like, one of the guys like, why do you baby him so much? You realize he might look like a little boy, but he's vicious. And she's like, huh, that's not important. He's just too cute. As that goes on, as Izuku gets to the briefing room, as Kenny's like, oh, come in, Izuku. Sit down next to me. All right, let's begin. As they're like, what's this about, Kennedy? It's simple. I got some information from Rat. It's just I couldn't pass this up. The police are transferring a shipment of cork enhancements to dispose of, and we're going to take it. As they're like, but why? Isn't that way too risky? I understand we've been doing pretty well over the years, but isn't that a little much? And she's like, yeah, it's a bit risky, but the payoffs will be extreme. This will finally open doors for us. If we're able to snatch these cork enhancing drugs, we could actually open business with the Rosefields. As they're like, are you serious? The Rosefields? Yes. Unlike why won't as one of her men's like, why won't we just sell it to the Yakuzas? And she's like, I refuse to sell to those butchers. As her family was a Yakuza at some point. So there's that. So she doesn't like the Yakuzas, how they handle things. Unlike the Rosefields, unlike the Yakuzas, the Rosefields has honor. And if we're able to provide these to the Rosefields, we'll be able to do a lot more business with them and get us out of this dump. And she's thinking ahead of time. She doesn't want to be low time for forever. She wants to get into the Rosefields. What's her main goal? And you, my little Lucky Charm, you're going to be a very important role. As Izuku's about to say something. As he's like, if you're going after a transport vessel, it means you want me to open the door for you, right? He's like, exactly. You're a smart boy. As they're like, why would he need to? We could just do it ourselves. As Izuku, if you haven't forgotten, the transport vessels or vehicles they use is only opened by key card. And I highly doubt they'll have one lying around. So, my bet, our boss here, wants me to cut it open and do the whole like we did at the bank. And she's like, exactly. They're going to transfer it later tonight. Once we have the merchandise, I'll start making the correct channels to open a dialogue with the Rosefields. Shouldn't be too hard. I've had a couple dealings with the lower members, so if I pass it along, I have something from the cell. I have something I'm going to buy. They've been trying to gather cork enhancers for a while now. It's been kind of hard for them to the war in the street is just, it's hard for them to get it because of the high security. But with our little green friend over here, green hair friend, it'll be like opening a piece of sorry, give me a second. It'll be like slicing a piece of cake. I want everyone to get geared up. We're moving out. It should be in around this location. She has a map on the table. Around this location, around 11. As we time skip towards the time, as you have Kennedy on top of a bridge, holding a RPG, and she's like, "Come on, a little further, come on." As she fires it, as soon as the truck swerves off the road, several vehicles start pulling out, rushing towards the vehicle, as several bullets could fly at the cops, killing them all instantly. Well, they were being escorted by 2 cops in front and 2 cops at the bottom as they took out the two cop cars behind them. As the car opens the door, as they see a small hooded figure. Is that a kid? What the hell's going on here? As they're like, surrender now. Move any further, we will be open to fire. As Ezekiel goes into a sprint, as they open fire, as Ezekiel cuts the bullets with his wires, as he moves past them, as he does a handstand on the car, as he flips over the police officers, as the wires come from behind his back, as about time he land, all you hear is a snap as both their heads fall on the ground, as Ezekiel runs over and kills the 2 men that came, as he cuts the door down, as he chops the rest of them inside the vehicle, as he goes in the back and opens, as he cuts the hole into the trailer of the armored vehicle, as Ezekiel, alright, grab the merchandise. The boss lady wants this done fast. As they do that, as one of the officers' bodies has a what do you call it? Forgot what it's called. Not a walkie-talkie. I forget what it's called. Give me a second here. He has a police radio on himself. We're able to contact the home base. Zizuku hears something. Report. What's your destination on the give me a second here. What's the location on the contraband? Report. Because they passed their rendezvous point. They were supposed to call back. As Izuku pushes the body upside down, as he grabs the police radio that's attached to the officer. As Izuku uses his mother's villain name out of spite, because he doesn't like her, because he thinks she abandoned him to get away from the officers or something around that line. He doesn't understand why she did it. He just have a lot of resentment. Hello there. It's like, who's this? Ah, that's not important. But you could call me Bloodwire. As they're confused, Bloodwire's been is in prison. As he's like, well, unfortunately for your people, they're all dead. But I'll be taking relief of your precious, precious contraband. So thanks, ahead of time. As they're scrambling to get units over there, as Izuku jumps in the car, one of the men hands over a remote to over Izuku, as he's like, "Is the charger set?" "Yes, Izuku." "Good." As he presses the button, as all the vehicles in the area blow up because they planted an explosion on them to destroy any evidence if they got hands on fingerprints or something like that. But Izuku wasn't stupid. He wore gloves. So did everyone else, and they wore masks, all that, except for Izuku. He had the hood over his head. So there's that. As they get back to the base, no, as they go to their warehouse, as they place everything up, as Izuku, phone please, as one of the men hands them, as he calls Kinde, as Kinde's like, "What is it?" "This is Izuku. It's done." "Was there any survivors?" "No." "Good. I will come back home. We'll contact the Rosefields. I'll contact the Rosefields from here. Then I'll tell you the next. Then we're gonna go on a little meeting." As Izuku's, "Yes, boss." As he hands the phone over to one of the gang members. And he's like, "Boss wants us back at the base." As Izuku has proven himself to be very useful, so he's pretty much became Kinde's right-hand man at this point. So he has a lot of the people have a lot of respect for him, and they know not to cross him or Kinde, or he would kill him instantly. And Izuku and Kinde has bonded a little bit, so he sees her as family, the closest thing to family he has right now. As Kinde contacts Rat on the phone, a burn-away phone, as Rat's like, "Hello, this is Kinde." "Ah, Kinde, what can I do for you?" "I need get in contact with the Rosefields. I have what they want." As Rat, Good. I'll put the info in the. I'll contact them and I'll get back to you." As several hours pass, as Izuku's already there, as he's sitting down eating salad, eating food. Kinde, is very forceful on, proper diet. And she's been training him in martial arts and acrobatics, so he's quite acrobatic. He's quite similar to Toga, but the male version, so he's a little, killer there. Now, if you guys don't remember, Rat is a info. He basically deals with all the information and is able to get in contact with certain people. He has a mutation quirk that's a rat, so he looks like a rat. He could do anything a rat could do. So I mentioned that in my previous part, but it's been a long while since I've been back to this story. So let's get this ball rolling. Now, the quirk canceling drugs, they have the officers, or the government has a certain area where they're able to safely dispose of it without harming other things. It's just a safer way to do it. So Kennedy has a very pure form of quirk enhancers, as they were confiscated by the officers. Confiscate that from the Yakuzas, and Kennedy just stole that right off, stole it from the officers that they took it from the Yakuzas. The Yakuzas have been making them and selling them, so the Rosefields are at war with the Yakuzas, so they've been trying to get their hands on it. So this will help in their war efforts. As a couple hours later, Kinde gets a phone call. Kinde, it's Rat. I got the meeting set up. It's at the it's a little further out of the city. It's an abandoned town that was abandoned because of the Cork Revolution back in the day. Excellent. What's the sorry, give me a second. And come on arm, please, Kennedy. I really don't want to ruin this friendship I have with the Rosefields. It's very lucrative. And she's like, it's fine. I'll be coming and someone else. As Rat's like, all right, I'll inform him. As she's bringing her second command, Izuku, the little 10-year-old. So that's gonna be quite a shock. When's the meeting? She wants you, the Rosefields want you to meet them there in about 3 hours. Good. As she hangs up, Izuku, do you have the sample? I told you to grab one. Izuku, yeah, I have one. Good. As the rest, aren't we bringing the whole shipment? No, we're not stupid. The Rosefields have honor, but I am not a stupid girl. I wasn't born yesterday. You never bring your full product. As long as this meeting goes well, we'll be running in money. Quite enough. We're still in good condition after the bank robbery, so let's see how this goes. As Izuku gets in the car, as they drive into the location, as they get to the location after a couple hours, about an hour, as Kinde sees the snipers, and she's like, all right, Izuku, if they move, you know what to do. And she's like, yes, boss, of course. That's my boy. And she ruffles her, come on, let's go meet our future business partner as long as everything goes well. As she sees a lady leaning against the car, smoking a cigarette, with several of her goons of the Rosefields. As this is the Rosefield, the head of the Rosefield family. As she sees a car pulling up, all right, boys, seems like they're here. Are they, you got a clear sight of them? Yes, boss. And she has an earpiece. All right, if they pull anything, kill them. Yes, boss. Let's see what they have for me for today. As she takes a cigarette down, as she drops a cigarette on the floor, smashes it with her heel. As she walks towards the vehicle halfway point. Oh, they have, let's say, they have several crates of this cork enhancing pill or drug. Some in pill form and some in liquid. So, they have quite the product on them. As Izuku and Kennedy brought a sample of both forms of pills and in liquid. As Mrs. Rosefield, or Rosefield sees, boss, is that a kid? And she's like, and that's odd. Keep on guard. As Kennedy goes up to Rosefield, as she does a bow, this Japanese bow, as she bows herself. I am Kennedy, and this is my second command, Izuku. As she looks at Izuku, as she's like, isn't he a little too old for this, a little young for this? Don't worry, Miss Rosefield. He might be young, but he's quite experienced. Izuku, give her the samples. As Izuku's like, sure, boss. As he gets closer to Rosefield, as guns are drawn on him, as Izuku's, relax. I'm just a little boy. I can't do nothing much. As he smiles, as he's like, here. This is what we have. As she's like, where's the rest of it? As Izuku, You don't think, you don't think we're not smart enough to think ahead? Just in case, you try to do something fast. No disrespect, Miss Rosefield, but always be careful and not careful enough. And she's like, smart lad. As she hands over to one of her people, I want to test quality of it. As they test it, they have a machine. As they're like, it's pure, ma'am. Excellent. So how much are you willing to sell? So how much do you have of this? As Kennedy, well, we have about several crates of the pills and at least maybe 15 to 20 in the liquid form. I say altogether, we have about maybe almost 40, 50 crates of this stuff. As they discussing the price. As they discuss the price, as she's like, what are you truly after, Kennedy? A smart girl like you, you're after something. I won't lie to you. I only arranged this meeting to get my door, a meeting with you. I want to, my little gang, not very big, but we do decent well. I would like us to work together in the near future. I think this is a good start for our new relationship to start. She could tell she's not lying. She has she's able to tell when someone's lying just by, expressions. And she's like, I think we could do that. And she hands her a card. Here's my personal number. Give me a call in a few days. So we could arrange another meeting so we could pay you and we'll get the merchandise. As can say, you could keep the sample. Thanks. All right, we're leaving. We'll be seeing you in a couple days. As they drive off. Boss, what do you think? She's up to up. Little go-getter there. I admire a woman that wants what she aims for, she wants, but the boy, I get a bad feeling from him. If everything goes well, we'll be doing a little more work with them. And I want to keep an eye on that one. I could tell he was putting a front. I want to see who that kid really is. She's more interested in his personality set. I want a background check on them, especially the boy. Yes, Miss Rosefield. Let's head back to the mansion. Now, the Rosefield is a mafia, of course. They've been around for a while. That were the Triad. They were originally the Triad, but they morphed into more of a Western style organization. They're straight up a mafia now after cell generations happen. And they've been constantly at war with, I'm not sure if the Triad is I know it's not a Japanese gang, but whatever. The Rosefields is a mixed family with Japanese and some other races, but nevertheless, let's continue. They get in the car as she's like, well, it went well, Izuku. Seems like we're going to be moving up in the world eventually. We just gotta slowly build the trust. As Izuku, I don't like her. As she looks at Izuku, Why would you say that? She constantly looked at me, judging me. I don't like her. Don't worry, boss. I'll keep my urges in check. And she's like, you do that, little Izuku. And she ruffles his hair. Come on. It's way too late. It's past your bedtime. It's time for you to get to bed once we get back to the base. As an hour passes, they get back to base. As she tucks him in, and she's like, all right, Izuku, you go to sleep now. You did well. We'll talk more tomorrow. We'll talk more about tomorrow, what we're going to do next. As a day progress, as she's in her office, as one of her people comes in, do you have it? Sorry, ma'am, we couldn't find nothing on the boy. We found plenty on the boss of that little gang. And she's like, explain. She's an ex-member of the Yakuza. I don't know what happened, but apparently something happened. She betrayed their gang, and she's been gunning them ever since then. And what information did you get in the boy? Sorry, ma'am, we couldn't find anything. Kid's a ghost. There's no records. Now, the orphanage didn't really keep records on Izuku, so they were, very shady about everything because they were using the kids for, organs. As she's like, what information I got out of my sources? He's a fairly new member towards that group. Ever since he joined, they've been doing very well, actually. Interesting. I would like to get more. I want you to continue gathering in intel on the boy. Like I said yesterday, something about the boy rubs me the wrong way. I don't like not knowing who I'm doing business with, especially a child. I have a feeling that he's dangerous. As they've been giving messages back and forth to the Rosefields, at a destination to drop off the merchandise as they're going to get the sale over with. It's like, all right, Izuku, everyone, pile up the merchandise. Looks like we're going to drop it off. We're about to get paid. As they drive to a unknown location, as they get to a abandoned warehouse, they drop the crates. As her men drops the crates, Kennedy's man, as she expects it. Huh, very nice. They're all here. Good. As she snaps her fingers. Bring the money. As they bring the money, as the Yakuza did not notice their merchandise being restolen from the officers. As they hear gunshots from outside, as the Miss Rosefood's like, damn it. I was hoping this would go unnoticed. As Kenny's like, what's wrong? Seems like we have some competition. Seems like we got intruders. Normally, I would expect you double-crossing me, but judging by your history with the Yakuzas, as her eyes widen, don't worry, dear. That doesn't bug me whatsoever. As several Yakuza men come in as they're shooting bullets at Rosefield, as Izuku jumps in front of her, as her eyes widen. As wire peers out of Ezekiel all around his body, slicing the bullets in half. As it misses Miss Rosefield. Good job, Izuku. Have fun. As Izuku smiles, as Miss Rosefield sees that. She's like, is that wise? He's still a boy. As she appreciates Izuku trying to, save her. As Izuku saved her, she's like, don't worry, Miss Rosefield. My little Izuku here will handle them. The Yakuzas walk into the warehouse as he's clapping his hands. As he's like, thank you for retrieving our merchandise. It would have been a whole lot harder for us to get it back from the pigs. And Kennedy. Look at there. Both are hated enemies in one area. And with our merchandise nonetheless. As Izuku's walking past them as they... What is the kid doing here? As Izuku smiles. Oh, hello. You must be the famous Yakuza I heard so much about. Let me properly introduce myself. I am Izuku, your executioner. As he bolts in front of him as wire starts wrapping around at all the Yakuzas. As he pulls. As he kills majority of them, the gunmen. As the leader of this little, the lieutenant of this group, pull the gun. As Izuku takes the knife, throws it. As it hits the dude's hand, at about time, the man, the Yakuza member catches, see where Izuku went. He's already in front of him as he stabs him in the side of the head. As he jumps up, stabs him. As he picks up his gun, as he shoots it, as you know, he falls back on his ass because there's the pushback. He's like, guess I'm not big enough for that yet. Oh well. As he tosses the gun, as he begins slaughtering them, as he's laughing, he's like, come on. Is that all you Yakuzas got? I'm getting bored. As it's a slaughter, as Kennedy grabs Izuku's shoulder. That's enough, dear. As he's covered in blood. He's like, oh, okay. Well, that was disappointing. Bill walks over. After today's incident, you got yourself... We'll be doing more work together soon. And she looks at Izuku. And you, young one. As she bends down to Izuku's level, ruffles his hair. Thank you. I'm very suspicious of you, especially you. But I can see you're very loyal to your boss. I guess I could look past your basically, I could look past your, can't find anything on you, so I'll look past that for now. But I expect to hear, I want to know who exactly you are, exactly, young Izuku. And Izuku's, okay, sure, why not? As long as, you know, you treat my boss well, I think we could come up with an arrangement. As that goes on, as the survivor of both groups gather their stuff, as they shake hands, and she's like, pleasure doing business as you, Ms. Rosefield. I hope to do work with you again. And she's like, definitely. I like you. You remind me of my... You remind me of myself around your age. As they go their separate ways, as she ruffles Izuku's head again. You did well, Izuku. And you actually guarantee future relationship with her by saving her life. You did well. As Izuku looks, I know. You wanted this, so I saved her. Even though I want to kill her. And she's like, you keep that in your wraps. Who knows? You might actually like her at some point. As they drive off, and we're going to probably stop it there. Yeah, we're stopping there. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones. All right, bye.